For the first time in decades, maybe ever, the city of Colorado Springs is having to carefully consider how much water we have when deciding whether to annex new land east of Fountain.
Yeah, it's the latest local impact from the water crisis across the West that could now dictate how much or how fast the city can grow. Our News Channel 13 co-anchor Bart Bedsel breaks it all down in tonight's special report.
The renewed water supply conversation came about because of this. More than 3,000 acres, known as Amara, that developers want the city to annex, the largest land acquisition considered by the city since Banning Lewis Ranch in 1988, that could potentially add another 10,000 homes to the city. That's 10,000 new kitchen faucets, bathtubs, sprinkler systems.
How we're growing and developing as a city is critical.
For City Council member Nancy Henjum, water has always been a major concern.
Probably one of the reasons I ran.
And this ongoing drought throughout the West, combined with the need for additional housing, has presented an obvious dilemma for city leaders.
Can we serve that annexation and serve the land that already is a part of the city?
Right now, city code requires a projected available water surplus at the time of request, whenever land is annexed. But surplus is not defined. Colorado Springs Utilities wants to put a number to that, 130% of what's currently being used, and what the new land would add. So how much water is currently being used in Colorado Springs? On average, about 72,500 acre feet per year. How much can CSU reliably provide every year? Right now, about 95,000 acre feet. So there appears to be some room for growth, right? Maybe not. Because of the crisis on the Colorado River that has left Lake Mead near Las Vegas and Lake Powell in Utah at record lows, the federal government is looking for ways to send more water downstream. And it's possible a significant amount of water CSU receives every year from the Colorado River Basin could be cut.
We get about 50% of our water supplies from the Colorado River today. We're looking at ways to mitigate the potential loss of some of that water.
Abby Ortega is a resource planner at CSU and says while it's unclear whether they will see cuts or how much, the current river agreement is no longer working.
What we saw 100 years ago when we developed the Colorado River Compact, that amount of water just isn't being produced today. We're preparing to lose 50% of those supplies in a certain number of years. That wouldn't be permanently. It would be on a year-to-year basis depending on what Mother Nature brings, so what's physically available in the river.
As of November, CSU had almost 3 years' worth of water stored in more than 24 reservoirs spread across the region. So a sudden loss of supply from the Colorado River wouldn't cripple the city, but it would force CSU to start relying more on other sources, which the utility is already working to acquire.
We're doing that a little bit sooner than we thought we might need to simply give our existing customers a more resilient water supply.
CSU recently purchased land in southeast Colorado that will bring in another 3,000 acre feet of water from the Arkansas River Basin and hopes to buy more. The city is also considering limiting how much grass new homes are allowed to have, which brings us back to Amara and the houses that could fill this land if annexed. Nancy Henjum isn't sold.
With what I know right now, I don't believe it makes sense for the city of Colorado Springs.
She hopes the city can find a way to continue growing, but in a way that's much more responsible, given the large amount of uncertainty that exists right now. Bart Bedsel, KRDO, News Channel 13.
It is indeed that liquid gold. The Utilities Board will discuss the 130% requirement ordinance next Monday, and it will likely be considered by the City Council in January. The company behind the Amara annexation hopes to return to the Planning Commission in January and move on to the City Council after that.